Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night. There ain't no party like a pregame party, like my buddy says. Chris McGraw, how are we doing tonight? This is going to be one of the best podcasts. I say that once ever, and this is going to be going on forever and ever and ever and ever. So
forever? Forever, ever?
You're speaking really fast there.
Forever, never, ever?
Trying to. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us. Do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe, hit it, ring the bell, leave us a comment, get us in the algorithm. And if you don't, who cares? Boys, how we doing today?
I burnt my thumb.
Dude, I've got already 3 mosquito bites.
Man, I didn't realize it was the all wine hour here.
Jesus, this is crazy.
He asked some cheese?
He asked.
Yeah, I had legit
asked how it was going. I said I burnt my thumb. I didn't whine about it. I just
all you do is bring in the goddamn negativity in this podcast.
I stated a fact, you dumb little
cheers to another Saturdays. No, the beautiful day in
Saturday, Chris.
Sundays,
Saturday for what?
Saturday.
What?
What are Saturdays for?
For the boys.
Exactly.
A beautiful, beautiful Saturday night. It's got to be at least 80. Got a little bit of a sweat to it, minus
80.
these
Solid 80.
stupid mosquitoes, but that's all right. That's summer, right? Looking forward to this one. Got a lot of good topics.
Oh, do you?
I do. Ew. Let's start with how was everybody's weeks? Oh, Pat Lynch, what are you doing?
Well, if I back up at all, it's gonna rip everything.
Pat just cannot get his microphone cord
all
right.
Now we're good.
All right.
Chris McGraw stepping up for a few minutes.
Yeah, he's a putz.
This guy.
Bring the real negativity
Into the
over
mic,
here,
my friend. Into the mic.
Real amateur hour over here.
Yeah, you are.
Right.
Oh, man. Last week, I'm not going to lie to you guys. So we did a beautiful Friday podcast. Under the lights. Numbers were terrible. That's okay, though. Nobody cares.
Pat was on it.
But when Joe's not here, the numbers. So maybe Joe's the one who's like.
Is Joe just watching it a bunch of times he's on
yeah,
it? He's like, damn,
just wants to look.
Maybe Sarah just hitting them up, hitting the numbers up.
Nice. So yeah, last week was not great numbers. But that's all right. We had a little bit of controversy. Hey, Chris, I think you might be.
Am I back in?
No, you're out. So I need you to swing this way.
What? God
wait, hold on. I'll keep. You guys work it out. I'll fix it.
You work it out.
Okay. So, Chris, how are you doing?
Doing terrific. I'm trying to get in picture now.
In picture?
Am I in?
Lean back.
All right, I'm in. Thank God.
Couldn't let the ladies miss out on that.
Could not let them miss out. Pat, did you see the news story in Texas where 2 guys went up to pretend to be maintenance workers, knocked on this guy's door, and he had a Ring doorbell, and they were trying to say that they wanted to change his air filters, and he's like, he had no idea what the hell. He's like, he was saying some stuff he couldn't really make it out, and they're like, no, we're here to change the air filters. He's like, oh no, nobody's here. You're gonna have to come back another day. So these guys like disappear for a couple seconds off camera. They come back with a gun and try kicking this guy's door in.
Jesus.
And then, dude is in his apartment, lets off like 13 rounds. And you could see this all on the doorbell cam. He shoots through his door at these people. I don't know how he did.
Is this a condo, or you said, or
yeah, it's like an open, like, you know how we were in Nashville.
Yeah.
Where
okay.
You can walk up.
Yeah. So it's like the hallway's not closed.
Yeah, closed. Yeah. So this guy literally walked. Like, I don't know how he didn't hit the guy who was trying to break in, because he was standing right in front of the door, and this guy, you could see this guy shoot and like hit the concrete wall across the hall from him.
That's super weird, because usually like that's gotta be something more of that, because maintenance guy, like burglary, if it's a straight burglary, like you don't want people home. Like you don't want you home.
No, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing.
He did say that. Like he did say through the Ring doorbell, because he had it on his phone. He was talking to the guy. He's like, yeah, nobody's there right now. So you got just. You're gonna.
Oh, so he was in the house. He
but he said he did it through his Ring phone.
He felt like this guy was not. This guy, there was something wrong with this guy, and he wasn't going to deal with him. And then the guy came back trying to break in. He thought that nobody was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's insane what we're able to see now with the Ring doorbell.
They got the guy obviously because he didn't wear a mask, full on face and everything. He had a big ass net tattoo.
Did he get hit though? I'm sure he got hit, but no.
And supposedly he returned like 2 shots at them.
Oh yeah.
And you don't see, like, he's like ducking like this, so he must have like just shot at the ground or something, because I don't know where he let off 2 rounds.
Dude, that's insane that he. Yeah, didn't get hit.
I mean, it's just crazy. You can
also,
see
it's a real shit shot by one guy.
Only Texas, man.
You could see the bullet holes in the concrete, and then like they do like a post interview, and they come up and they interview this guy outside his thing, and you could see the bullet holes in his door.
Oh, Jesus.
He lit his own door up, and this guy was standing in front of it. I don't know how he didn't get this guy.
Can you make an insurance claim for that if you destroy your own door with gunshots?
I'm assuming that the housing people aren't probably too thrilled, but I'm sure they're probably replacing his door.
I have seen that a lot. You got to think about like how he chose that house. There's got to be something there.
Oh,
like he just randomly chose that house.
I'm assuming, yeah. I'm assuming he probably knew, or he thought that he had like the right place. Like somebody tipped him off, like, "Hey, this place has a lot of good stuff. This is the place you want to break into." Or maybe they're like, "Hey, there's drugs in this place," because that's what happens. Like when you see a lot of these home invasions, when people come in and break in, and people are home, and they like
they think they have cash or drugs.
You either have cash or drugs, and you have like the wrong house. Like there was an FBI files that I watched, and like in Detroit, like this gang was just doing random home invasions.
Yeah,
but they were doing the home invasions of gang members. They were
they were dressed as FBI agents.
Yeah, and like they ended up getting like an old white couple the one time.
There was also a time where they picked the drug dealer with an AK-47, and they had a couple guys got shot.
They had to get the hell out of there too.
It's crazy. I mean, the stuff we can see nowadays on YouTube and a lot of these, it's pretty intense.
I mean, it was crazy. I'm like, oh, this is nothing. And then like you see the guy just pound off rounds. You see the concrete exploding. And I'm shocked he did. He shot through his door and hit the concrete on the other side. I'm shocked he didn't like shoot into it because his neighbor's door. His neighbor's door is right across from him. I'm shocked he didn't get into his apartment at all.
Oh baby! All right, where was I go? Oh, so I was going to see how everybody's week's going. Chris' week seems pretty crazy.
Mine's great. I've been watching all these weird YouTube videos. They've been great.
I do hear your when we work in the basement. Some of your videos sometimes like, what's this guy watching?
I run the gamut. I like to be everywhere.
See, here's my thing. Like with work, like I like things that I can just listen to because like when I used to watch the cabin buildings, it would be too much. Like I would realize that I'd wasted 30 minutes watching this guy hammer a door into the place.
That's what I do with the old competitive eating videos.
Yeah.
I watch old ones and just put them on, and I can listen to them because I know what Ray happened. Or like I'll put on Gordon Ramsay and just listen to yell at people on Hell's Kitchen.
You know what's crazy? You know what I'm watching a little bit now?
It makes me feel so good.
Yeah, it does. It's like, oh, at least somebody else is getting me yelled at for once.
I know. This week I started watching. I should have gotten his name. There was a frontiersman. There's like an old a college professor who like dresses up as like a frontiersman, and he'll go over like old meat, like he'll cook meals from like things that sailors would eat, things that the frontiersmen would eat, things like revolutionary soldiers would eat, and just to kind of give you an idea of like he did a recipe for French toast.
Oh, get out, really?
French toast is like from like the 1700s, and it was a fancy meal.
Was it made in France?
I think there's actually a couple recipes. And it was, I think, like European. Yeah, I think it was. But it was like a fancy meal. Like
really?
And they had thick cut. Like
I mean, like
thick cut bread.
You see some of these, like, I don't know if you've seen like people come out with like French toast now. It's like all this decadent crap.
Did you ever see the one that Rock eats?
What's up?
Ever seen the one that Rock eats on his cheat day?
No,
yeah.
It's like a Texas toast on steroids.
Yeah.
There's one. What is
thicker
it?
than a Snicker, Chris.
The one competitive eater guy we watched, the beard guy. He did one in England where it was like a loaf of bread for French toast, or like 2 loaves.
I'm not
of
gonna lie, I
bread.
had a pancake today. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good pancake.
They looked pretty good.
I did have a bite of pizza last night, so it was a little bit of the cheat for me. It was pretty nice, but it wasn't like it was.
What kind of
Did you
pizza
shock yourself after like dodgeball? Do it, Peter. Don't do it, Peter.
Don't, you dirty little.
You want it, don't you?
You
want it.
Yeah, you do. It was okay. It was good. I don't know. I was a little. Again, you know what's killing me?
Is Barciano the flatbread pizza though, or the regular pizza?
No, it was kind of like it was more flatbread. It was like oven brick. Mm-hmm. They all try to do the Spaccanelli one, and it's just nowhere near it. You know what I mean?
That one is good.
No. Here's my issue though with I just gotta get over this. But we went to Barciana and Skokie, which is a local restaurant. There's two in Illinois.
It's a local chain, but it's a chain, right?
And Skokie's a suburb of Illinois.
Chicago.
Of Illinois, though.
Chicago's
technically
it's a suburb of Illinois.
It's a suburb, or no? I guess it's a city of Illinois. I'm sorry,
it's a city of Illinois. It's north of Chicago,
and it's a suburb of Chicago, but it is a city in Illinois.
Chicago's technically Illinois, so it's all facts.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Peter said a suburb was a state. Is what I'm saying.
Skokie is.
Let's move forward.
Chicago is its own state.
Yeah, it could be. people wanted Illinois or Chicago to be its own state, so Illinois could be
That'd be great. They
Republican.
move to the suburbs and then we get better taxes probably at that point.
Oh yeah, for sure. Everybody leaves Chicago. Well, Dum Dum wants to raise taxes on anybody who makes over 100,000. And I read an article about Detroit. They did this in the 70s. Legitimately, all the people that were just over it left.
I mean, 100 grand is not a crazy amount of money.
It's not at all. That's middle class these days.
Yeah.
That's low middle class.
Yeah.
You're struggling, Chris.
If you're a family of 3 or 2 with 100,000, forget about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially the way housing is these days. Forget about it.
And
Forget about it.
So there's two. One downtown, which I thought had better options. This one in Skokie.
Maybe they never had. I mean, we never ate there a lot. Maybe they didn't from the pandemic. Really didn't expand the menu back open.
The only thing I remember is we went to Barciana for brunch one time.
Yeah,
never
it was pretty good.
there. Yeah, the brunch was.
Me and Lauren have gone there on a date.
I also
Last time
didn't
I thought it was
realize, I didn't
great.
realize it was a chain actually until recently.
I don't think it's a chain, or is it a chain?
Well,
I don't know.
there's a couple, a few locations, like it's a local chain kind of.
Okay, and
kind of like Brown's Chicken.
but the problem is, it was $150 for 2 people, and it wasn't like. I mean, we got 3 drinks,
But it didn't wow you.
3 drinks. We got a entree salad, a pizza, and we got 2 appetizers.
It didn't wow you. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, no, but because the price again, it's like
Yeah, if you expect for $150, you expect to be like a nice.
I should be getting a Gibson steak.
Yeah, you should be getting. Yeah,
Gibson with 2 people probably cost you a couple $100 at this point. If you buy the drinks.
It's crazy to me. It's insane. I had a Coors banquet. Lauren had a glass of wine,
Well, Lauren had 3 bottles of wine.
and we had an espresso martini. It's not like
ooh, fancy.
it's not like we were eating we were drinking, Pappy or anything. I don't know. That's my memory. Again, we're all feeling the heat.
It's really what's chapping Peter's rear right
You can't
now.
have an episode without Peter grinding his gears.
Seriously.
champing his rear.
Oh, I got tons to grind my gears if we want to get into that.
No, we're not going to get that. We have an agenda.
No.
We had an agenda. Let's talk about grilling thoughts.
So so last week we had a great I'm not gonna lie, my goal was not to get as tipsy as I did last week. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want,
we did a Friday night podcast.
yeah,
right?
we did, but last Saturday, last Saturday, I'm sorry, we had the draft, and my goal was to have a good time at the draft, nothing crazy. And then I know our buddy Frank's coming out, been on the podcast. I think he was on 149. Check it out.
Right there.
And I did it last week. I was so proud of myself.
Our resident Bill Nye the Science
Terrific.
guy.
And he's coming out, so I'm like, oh, we're gonna have a little bit of but Joe's not in town, or Joe's doing his
Joe's
thing.
out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so maybe it won't be so bad.
Eh.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not done a half shandy or summer shandy, half berry shandy, those are absolutely
I'm not
dangerous.
gonna lie to you, it's hitting pretty good right now.
Oh, before I knew it, I had been down 4 beers, and I was like, holy crap, what did I do?
He's like, can I get Walter Payton, please?
I was like, what am I doing? And I think, didn't we do like a drink after that, maybe? Did we do a drink?
No, I don't think you got. We went. We had a beer. We had I had an extra beer here with you because you still were drinking one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have any Tito's at Bub City.
Yeah, I didn't think you guys did anything hard at Bub City.
We went beer.
Did we do a shot?
Nope, no shots.
I don't know. I did not feel great.
Just did some beer.
Sunday, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel that great Sunday.
You were just. The other thing is we got home like 3.
Oh yeah, and we were up at to golf.
8:30. Yeah.
Yeah, that was miserable.
Sunday morning.
But so one of the big topics for this week is fantasy football. I don't know if you saw Cups. He's got an undetermined amount of time to come back at.
Glad that Travis Kelce pick's looking better and better, Chris.
It could be. Yep.
So that's kind of crazy. They have
hamstrings are always tricky injuries, man.
Yeah, it's not something you want to be dealing with. Jonathan Taylor's not going anywhere.
He's out for 4 weeks.
At least 4 weeks. And then he might hold off for a few more weeks.
You could until week 8, right?
Because I think you could play. I think you got to go before week 8 to get your contract to keep going. I believe
you get into the pension plan for that.
What did you think of your draft, Pat? How did you feel?
I feel okay about it. You never really know.
Yeah,
I think I'd like to have. I think I got a lot of question marks at running back, so I don't know if I need someone there to step up and be good. I feel good about my receivers. I feel good about my tight end. I feel good about my quarterback. The running backs, I feel like I need to. I got a bunch of guys that could be busts or they could be good.
I think that's in general. Like if you don't get one.
Yeah, because I didn't pick a running back till the 4th round.
But I mean, if you didn't get McCaffrey or maybe
Eckler, probably
Eckler, or even later in the 2nd round, if you had a shot Joe Mixon, which you obviously didn't. But I mean, outside of that, you're pretty
Mixon went real early.
Maybe Nick Chubb might be another guy who was going to get some wins.
I mean, but outside of that, you're just playing at that point, there's like no solid running back choices. You're just playing running back roulette. You're just like pretty much just choosing
I
one.
pick Montgomery, hoping he's going to score some touchdowns.
Yeah.
I got.
This is what I'm talking about. This is done already.
Yeah, you got to pace yourself.
Alcoholic.
It's like juice. It's like stupid juice. Like
Hi,
what
I'm
are we doing?
calling for Al.
It's refreshing
last
and
name-
delicious.
Hey, I'm calling for Al. Last name Kaholic.
No, but the real thing with like, all the frustration and of this week, I feel like I have to be very careful with the alcohol content because like I can see why people like you have a very frustrating week. You want to have a bottle of have a bottle of wine. You want
A lot of
to
people
take
drink every night, so
Yeah,
the fact that we wait till the weekend means it's kind of pent up.
No, I
more.
get that. Yeah, no, okay, yes, 100%. But I don't want this to become a crutch. Like that's a bit of a fear for me. Like
It is already a crutch, Peter.
I know.
Yeah,
Seriously.
you're well past that point.
Well, that's the crutch.
Dude,
part.
I talked to myself quite a bit.
Talks to therapists. Hey,
I talked to myself quite a bit on Friday. Like,
you're
hey,
an alcoholic.
it's
And they're like,
September
no,
1st.
No, you ignorant.
We could start this month. We go sober September,
Yeah, that worked out for about 6 hours.
and
Yeah.
we got to dinner, and the lady
He
like
made it past golf without getting a beer. I thought literally, like when we were golfing yesterday, I thought he was going to pick up. I thought he was going to get a summer shandy for himself.
So you're doing sober trying to do Monday through Saturday, and then the Sunday through Friday again, or what? How's that working?
No, the lady came up and she's like, "You want a drink?" And I was like, "Willpower went." Say no, say no, say no. Can I get a Coors Light,
Here's
please?
like Frank. Yes.
We don't have Coors Light, but how about Coors Banquet? Oh,
Tremendous.
terrific.
Tremendous.
I'll also take a Tito's and Sprite. If it's also where I send
this
it back.
I could see easing the edge off of how bad this week has been, and it's like, nah, you don't want it. You don't want that shit. You don't want to be doing that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Bert Kreischer is on keto, and he is not drinking until September 15th. So he's down, I think, like 15 pounds. He's doing the Chris McGraw Peanut McGraw pretty much carnivore diet.
Nice. Is September 15th from like when did he start? Is it just September 1st?
I think he's been doing a month actually.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
He needed it.
The key for him is he can't go like balls to the wall when he's done with it. He's got to kind of maintain too much as he can.
Yeah.
But the problem with him is he's a big party guy, so it's like you have a few drinks. Any concept of a diet goes out the window.
Yeah,
like,
but
give me that chicken
knows,
nuggets.
But everybody knows his
Yeah, everybody wants to party with him too.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah, that's an issue. Yeah.
He's like pushing 50 probably, right? Or at 50, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, I think he's 50 for sure.
Because all those guys are kind of Himsiger and
Yeah.
Yeah,
around
and
50.
Rogan, are all like 50 or above.
Yeah. Nah. But again, I think how we do it is not. I mean, again, it's not tremendous. Because here's a topic that I put out there was Canada recently has come out with that they don't want people to have more than 2 drinks a week.
Yeah, I think this is bullshit.
I'm gonna be honest. I told Pierre this.
Oh yeah, it's a
yesterday.
good story. Yeah.
I saw that thing and I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
And Chris got really scared. He's like, "What? What?
Yeah,
Canada? You're
was
only going to do 2 drinks?"
Yeah, Canada's like, when I read that thing and I was like, Canada's only going to allow 2 alcoholic beverages. I'm like, which 2 alcohol beverages are they going to do? Are they going to get rid of hard liquor?
They're going to limit
Yeah,
to that.
I'm like, they're going to stop importing hard liquor. They're just going to allow you to drink beer and wine.
What is this going to be? Is this going to be Canadian whiskey and a moosehead? Is that
I was
like going to allow?
what the hell are they going to do up there? You know, Canadian beers like moonshine. What is this?
Chris is like, what are they going to choose? Moosehead or La Blanc Blue? I gotta know.
Do I need to stack up?
Yeah, and I
need a
I
lifetime.
started reading the article. I'm like, okay, let's get to the point. What should I? I'm like, oh, these jerks, they're saying, oh, you can only have 2 alcoholic drinks a week.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here with
But
that
if you
crap.
read it, it's like they're talking about how they want to, like, this is like getting closer to, because they think alcohol is, ooh, baby.
Yeah, you want to tilt that to you.
Yeah, you do. Oh, it's not going to happen. They want to make alcohol like they're like a prohibition 2.0. They say no amount of alcohol is good for you.
Well, here's my thought on it. Is that it encroaches on your freedom to choose what you want to do with your life, right?
Yeah.
True.
Like, are they gonna outlaw like bacon next because it's unhealthy for you? Or I mean, like you have the right to if you want to drink alcohol, you have the right to. Now you shouldn't drink it. You shouldn't drink like to the point where you're breaking laws or you DUIs.
Driving,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like you have, if you want to sit in your house and get fucking hammered, that's your right to do so.
Preach once, Ron Swanson. Preach.
I'm just saying, like to me, that's encroaching on someone's freedom, and you're telling people to live their
But
lives.
couldn't you say that about cocaine?
I mean, you could
Could
say
you
that
say that about
about
heroin?
A lot of
I'm
things.
not opposed to people. I'm not.
I'm not either. Yeah, I actually 100%. I've been laughed at. Jess told me she could never agree with that, and I'm like, I don't see how you couldn't. Like, let America.
People are going to do it either way.
Yeah. So let
like,
America
is
be the ones
Is it
that,
better
yeah.
you got cocaine regulated or
Yeah.
cocaine that's cut with fentanyl that people are overdosing?
Yeah,
everywhere
let's
across
do
the
a
country?
prohibition 2.0. and let the cartel take that over. Great.
Oh,
I mean, if you really want
We'll be
to,
springing fentanyl and all our alcohol.
I mean, if you really want to cut it out, you want to cut some shit out.
We'll be
you
paying $45 just for a can of Coors Light.
I mean, if you really want to start like cutting some stuff down there, you got to cut the, the prescription pills. I mean, these are people really getting fucking hit.
Well, that's what. No, yeah, they've done that in a heartbeat. No, Joe Rogan's had a couple guys on who've done those documentaries on it. I can't even watch them. It's so sad.
Yeah, it just ruins your life.
On one of these guys I watch who interviews people who were good people and then have gone to jail, and this guy was a sheriff, town sheriff. His dad was a sheriff, and he was a really good cop. This guy did a lot of great things. He got hurt, broke his ankle or had some ankle issues, and his doctor prescribed 125 Vicodin a month.
Oh,
immediately, this dude by the end of the month is.
I mean, when you see how much
hooked.
I mean, when you see how much these
Hooked
these doctors get paid to push these pills, that's where it comes in the holy shit.
You know, they made they made like $30 billion, and they got fined $6 million.
It's insane.
well, that's like
No jail time, fined $6 million, and they knew it.
it's insane.
Go watch the what is it? The Dark Side of the Ring. Bam Bam Bigelow. He was like a 400-pound man. He his back was all jacked up from doing all this stuff.
Why.
Well, yeah, but the doctor he had was he would just give him a 500 pill prescription for Vicodin or some kind of painkiller, Oxycontin, and all Bam Bam Bigelow would do would have to sign a few autographs, and he would give him whatever he wanted.
Yeah,
and his wife is sitting there how can you do this? You're literally killing him and our family.
Yeah,
and it's just yeah. And it's it's
and
crazy.
He had a heart attack, right? So he ended up eventually dying of, or was it overdose?
No, he overdosed.
Yeah,
because he was in so much pain.
Either way, you either overdose on the actual drug, or B, your heart gets so messed up that you're gonna have a heart attack.
That's what happened to Sid Justice too, or not Sid Justice. Who's the guy? Test.
Yeah,
Test died of overdose.
Yeah,
Sid Vicious is still alive, I believe.
Yeah, it's you still you take one, and then that works for a while, and then it's after
a
while, you gotta keep. Yeah,
it's scary. That's why I'll never do if I ever. I would just figure out ibuprofen as much as I can.
I mean, that's also why weed is good because it's not as addictive.
Yes, exactly. You can't get. Supposedly you can't get addicted to weed.
I mean, you probably could get, but I mean, that's probably a better pain management system than doing a bunch of fucking Vicodin.
Well, they've done some tests. I mean, I read some articles, but I
think part of it's also your personality. If you have an addictive personality, you can
but that's the reason I've never done any drugs.
They found that the smoking weed doesn't actually help with the pain and stuff like that. It just kind of masks it for a little bit.
Yeah, but isn't that what pain medications are doing?
I mean, it's the same
mask
thing.
it for a couple hours.
It's the same thing with but it's the same thing with the painkillers.
Just masking it.
It masks it, but it's the same thing where if you do it you built a tolerance to it, and then you gotta start doing it more and more.
Your Joey Diaz levels at some point.
Yeah, I mean, you're hoping that that you can heal up by the time that you got off the weed. Yeah, and you have you don't have a dependence on that.
And they also say it's because a lot of people use cigars or rolling papers, they'll use cigars or the blunt papers, and they're saying that is just as as bad as smoking a cigarette sometimes when people do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you probably should be doing edibles. But I wouldn't know. So yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, but again, Canada is a weird country. It's Mexico's kind of free flowing, free for all a little bit, not much, but a little bit, because the cartels have a lot of control there. We're semi-progressive and semi-not progressive, and then Canada is stupid.
We're
progressive.
We're fighting each other both ways.
Oh yeah. It's just getting, dude. It is absolutely asinine. With
two steps, it's we're doing the cha-cha slide. It's slide to the left.
Yeah,
slide to the right.
Yep. Joe Rogan had that the guy that sang that the Republicans' national anthem, and he came out and he's like, "I hate both parties. You both suck. You're not doing anything for America."
Yeah, neither one is.
Yep. And then I don't know if you saw that the one lady, the one Republican who's an absolute jackaloon, she is threatening to shut down the government unless they start the process to impeach Joe Biden.
Oh, here we go.
What's her name? Representative Taylor, or Marjolin Taylor or something.
I'll look this up.
Yeah, she's a crackhead, and she wants Biden to be impeached. And
I think Biden is too old to run again, personally.
Oh, I don't want that either.
He came out with an election. One of my YouTube ads today was his bid for re-election. I'm like, get out of here, pal.
Come on. How can the Democratic Party not see?
There should be age caps. McConnell had another fucking stroke on live TV.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's the other thing. Literally just sat there like this.
Yeah, that's insane.
Somebody literally had to take him away.
They have to pick him up like a statue. It's insane.
It's so crazy.
It's just insane.
Get out,
No,
really?
No, but they have to escort him away.
Yeah,
he
they do.
can't talk.
It's insane. It is. These are people making decisions.
But that's like the same thing with that lady that is in.
Yeah, she's literally got dementia.
Oh, yeah, dementia. The lady from
like in Biden's
California.
administration, someone who's running this country. Someone named Biden is running this country.
Oh, it is absolutely. Yeah, the Republican or the Democratic Party is running it.
Yeah, I mean, is Obama just like phoning in stuff from Martha's Vineyard or what?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like you got to get like these. Like you can't have somebody who's 90 years old. I'm sorry, Bernie.
No,
you're
I think it should be. I think 70 should be the age cap.
Yeah.
So that'll be like 60. You can't run past 66 then.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like,
I mean-
that should be like 7 years old. Like that's
Call it a day.
call it a day.
Um,
And that's at all levels of government, like local governments.
And there should be
All the way
it should always be term limits. Like so you're not working to keep a job, you're working to make sure the country's a better spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the Democratic Party wants to win this election, they need to pick somebody else besides Biden. No one is going to vote for Biden.
Well, no, I mean, if Trump's the other one, people will vote for him.
I actually had a conversation with Lauren's mom about it, and like, I don't think so. I don't think Biden. I think people are. It's either they're not going to vote because they don't want to vote for Trump or Biden, and they don't want.
So around 30 minutes for record.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Thank you, Pat. No, so they're not going to vote for. I don't think they're going to vote for Trump. Or Biden. I think a lot of people will sit out. They'll be upset with the options.
I mean, I think people would. I think a lot of people would choose to vote Democrat, whoever it is, over Trump. I believe it. So a lot of people. Now, certain states where and the election comes down to like 8 states anyway. So that's who votes in those states is what matters. Like Illinois doesn't matter. It's going down. It's going blue.
It's California.
Yeah.
California,
Texas going
Illinois
red.
don't. Yeah.
Like these states.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain states that
It's
go.
like
certain
Ohio, sometimes Florida,
Pennsylvania.
Iowa.
Pennsylvania.
No, Florida's really been more of a Republican state.
It has
lately.
been, but like they keep it like they try to key in on it as being a.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not so much
It's not-
a battleground
it
state.
hasn't
Like,
been, but yeah.
Georgia's now more of a battleground state.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then, like it's like
'Cause of
that.
Atlanta.
Pennsylvania, Ohio.
I mean, they try to build up Texas being.
I mean, it's crazy. Like 8
as
states
one,
decide
yeah.
the election every time. It's pretty crazy.
It should be a popular vote. That's just my
The
thoughts. though.
electoral college. The
It should just be a
dumbest-
popular
the,
vote.
Yeah, the
And
dumbest
because
thing.
Biden-
ever.
or they
Biden
should-
won
or
the
they should reword how it works, though.
popular vote by a ton, and none of the shenanigans.
Well, it's
but
because
here's the other thing.
well,
He-
certain states have more people living in them in general, right? So
Yeah, I mean, like, what is it? Chicago, like, literally, Chicago carries
state.
this state blue because.
Yeah, and so if
Yeah.
you didn't, that would give more of the Republicans more. Like that also gives the Republicans a lot
Let's
more votes.
just have
I
some
mean,
more states,
yeah,
baby.
But those people that live in the southern
Yeah,
part
their
of the state,
vote
their
would count then.
Republican, their
Yeah.
vote would actually count. It doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
if you're a Republican in Chicago, your vote doesn't mean shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Unless
yeah.
more people start moving in than Republican, but seems unlikely.
Well, you never know. It's a lot of this crap is getting. But there's we've talked about politics last week. Wait, I forgot. I did have somewhere to go with that. I thought. Oh, I watched a podcast on with some of them thought he might not get Trump might like there's a lot of stuff with the Constitution like but he might not get on a ballot just because he might be his indictments. There's a ton of them. And there's potential he might have some issues.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think. That's why I try to fast track because he can't run.
Yeah,
if he's
but
evicted for
that's
some
I think
reason.
that's like it's almost like a Russian thing, like where you're like trying to bullshit an election. Like, don't do that. Like, just make it fair and square. But also here, I'm sorry. And then there's two things to that. Like, I feel like we know Trump wants to run, and you're doing this late in the game, so that makes it look bad. But also, Trump tried to stop an election, and that he should have been hung for that. It's treason.
He also kind of started a riot in the Capitol as well.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's what
it's
Pierce
treason.
thought- that's what Pierce
He
thought
should have been
about
hung. Here's the other thing: the Proud Boys guy got like 12 to 17 years in prison, and people were saying, "Oh my God, that's so harsh." Dude tried to take over the Capitol. Should have been hung outside the Capitol. So make an example.
Yeah, how would you feel if these guys came in and ransacked your where
Yeah.
you work? You're going to work. You should feel safe. You shouldn't have to worry about people coming in and trying to
Yes,
harm you.
Yeah.
In some
The
way.
other thing is they're trying to change an election. You are trying to
Yeah.
overthrow the government. The people have made a choice. I don't care what you think. It's over.
Yeah,
He
this doesn't
should have
happen.
been
This
hung.
doesn't happen in this kind of country. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't
No.
be remotely even be a thought.
Not even a thought.
Like you shake his hand and you're like, "I'll get you in
Yeah.
4 years."
Exactly.
Yeah. And there's nothing there's none of that. And like all these guys are like, I mean, it happened in what is it? It happened with Al Gore, where he thought that
Yeah.
there were, and then
But that was way more civilized than that. This
Well,
ever
but-
was.
but- I mean,
people,
like-
there's adults in the room.
But the same thing, like Hillary.
Trump is not an
Hillary,
adult.
when she lost, she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, voter fraud, blah blah blah, this and that." She challenged a bunch of stuff too.
Yep.
It's like, take your loss gracefully.
Yep.
You lost. Come back in 4 years.
Yeah, Biden or a Russian miss or whatever, and that was never a thing. That was such. They have no evidence on that, so that's a bunch of bullshit.
I mean, it's just. It's,
But
I
then,
mean,
did you see? This week there was a hurricane. I think it was. I forget what it's called actually. A hurricane.
Ida or
I thought it was Ida too, but I
No,
don't think
it's
that's
not.
right. It's like I think it is an I. I may be wrong, but DeSantis won't meet President Biden when he comes down to
I thought wasn't it in California?
no,
No.
those were tropical storms that hit out in.
Yes. No, there was a.
They were
there was
supposed
like
to be hurricanes, but they ended up, I think, downgrading to tropical storms by the time they hit California.
Yeah, but Florida went through another one. Connor had to go through it a little
Yeah.
bit. It wasn't too bad for him. But
Hurricane Idalia.
yes, and DeSantis, President Trump's going to come out there and try to help, and like he's going to survey the issues, yada yada yada.
Biden, but yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry, Biden. And DeSantis is not going to meet with him. Has no plans to meet with him.
not surprising.
And it's like, come on, dude. Like, this is fucking America. Like, you should be helping each other out.
Yeah, set aside your differences and help people out.
Pretty
That's
much
what-
not meant too
do-
bad of a
do the
hurricane,
good thing.
obviously, or they wouldn't have.
Do good things here
Yeah.
instead of just
The other thing is, Biden has. There's like his incent, like he's got some stuff out there, like some green incentives that he's allocated to Florida, and DeSantis says no, we won't take that. And so he's not. There's jobs that could be
I
made.
mean, Florida's insane.
It-
Everything
yeah.
about Florida's insane.
Yeah, it's just stupid. Like
I told Peter about a story that I saw on YouTube again from Florida.
what was that?
The one with the guy who was living below these people in the apartment complex, and these people were getting a weird smell in their apartment building.
Oh yeah, this is insane.
And-
People are just fucking terrible.
And this happened in Florida, and this guy, like, they couldn't figure it out. Like, they're like, this is a weird smell. They were getting sick, and then the smell went away for a little bit, and originally they thought it was their water boiler, so they changed their water boiler, and the smell kind of went away for a little bit. And then it started coming back. They got sick again. They were all over the place. They were trying to figure out. The guy had like a plant in the hallway outside his door. He set up a spy cam there, and he caught his neighbor coming up the stairs with a syringe and something in the syringe, and he would go to the bottom of their door and release the syringe, and he was spilling some kind of chemical into their apartment because he was upset because they had a kid and it was noisier than it was beforehand.
I mean, that's my fear with. So we've had some. We have been fostering a new cat, and he is a loud son of a bee. And when Chris told me that story, I was like, if my neighbors could hear this, they probably want to kill me too. Like last night, like I'm just imagining somebody's trying to sleep and ready to kill, like come over and just shoot our place up.
I mean, that's like the scary thing when you deal with like neighbors. I seen like another like thing on YouTube, not on YouTube, but on Snapchat, where these people were having a barbecue in the backyard, and they were just like hanging out. They were sitting, they were grilling food. They were just sitting in their backyard, minding their own business, and their neighbor next door decides to spray. Like she's trying to water some plants, or saying she's watering some plants, and she's spraying them with the hose.
Oh, jeez.
And they have like a 1-year-old kid that's out there that they're
And
like,
because she was like a non-meat person, right, or something.
yeah, it was something. No, it wasn't like
Coors Light.
It
Good
wasn't.
for the body. Good for the soul.
I don't know. She was just like upset about.
I
like
took
that.
half. You take half. Yeah.
She was upset by the fact that they were doing something, having fun, and she was just caring
Yeah, just
about
stupid.
it.
All right. Well,
And-
let's
then-
lighten this up a
but
little
then,
bit. Huh?
yeah, but then then the guy next door got his hose out and just started
I mean,
spraying.
that's-
her.
that- that is
So,
something-
like the lady's dad, the lady's dad just grabbed the hose and started spraying her, and then her brother's up against the fence, just getting sprayed on by this lady. It just but like video recording this lady. He's like, I don't care. I'm just going to video record you because you look like an idiot.
I mean, with the exception of one obvious here, I always try to get people that I think will be relatively compatible in our buildings.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. No, but that's one. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of my fears with buying a place is you have zero idea who's gonna be living next to you.
Yeah,
You
but I
guys
mean,
are-
you, I mean,
yeah.
you can always put up fences and stuff. You can always kind of your neighbors.
Well, I
you can
mean,
kind of avoid to a degree.
that video I said, that lady had like a 6-foot tall fence, and she was spraying. And I think the stuff she was trying to water was on the opposite side of the fence, where she was just screwing with these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's
Showing
scary.
over, yeah, and it's just like you're being a jerk
Yeah,
for no
like,
reason.
it's also like if you do a podcast in your backyard, they might piss out. You might piss the neighbors too.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised we're not kidding.
That's funny. Yeah. Look, you can't see it, ladies and gentlemen, but Pat's beautiful neighbors are outside and having a nice little
Out and
barbecue.
about,
And I don't think we've ever seen them before. And we're doing a podcast. So
Doing
yeah.
the podcast.
I'd like to do a moment of silence for two people. the man, the myth, the legend, Bob Barker, and cheeseburger in paradise himself, Jimmy Buffett. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I asked Lauren if she had known that Bob Barker died, and she's like, "Who's Bob Barker?" And I'm like, "Lauren."
Oh, get out of the apartment now.
So did you break up with her at that point, or are you gonna wait till later?
I was gonna give her the Happy Gilmore treatment, Bob Barker style.
The price is wrong, Bobby.
Price is wrong.
You know who Bob Barker? He's on TV for like 50 something.
I think
years.
she just had kind of forgotten.
Did she never have a school day
I think
off?
she kind of forgot a little bit, and then she's like, "If you could have told me he died 10 years ago," and I thought that would have happened.
She never had like a school day off and watched The Price is Right.
Seriously. And
What else do you watch? Like you're like Blinko, get to the right, to the right.
You know what's crazy about
The
Bob Barker
Showcase
though?
Showdown, baby.
You could see the pictures. I'm not even kidding you. When he started it in like the 70s, dude looked old as shit. He looked better when he got to be a silver fox than he looked in the 1970s with a little bit of.
Plastic surgery.
You think what? A lot of it?
Probably a little bit.
A little bit. I don't think he did much, but like maybe a little bit.
Me and Pat talked about why we think he chose spray and neuter your pets. Yeah. That I just never got that one. And then Jimmy Buffett, the poor individual, another man who has been fighting cancer. Unfortunately, got it from probably all those concerts in the sun. Probably tan as all can be, and got melanoma.
He lived in the sun. He probably was in the island life.
He's got an island.
Yeah.
Island time.
Island time.
He's an island boy.
He's an island boy, and so he got skin cancer, and which transformed, metastasized into something even worse, and then he died. And
it's rough.
Another guy who just fought it very quietly, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, he canceled a bunch of tour dates last year, is what I was reading.
I heard they canceled some earlier this year too.
Yeah, he can't. He started canceling last year.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
He started canceling stuff out.
Oh man, Coors Light boys, huh?
Always good.
Pretty all right. If you don't drink a Coors Light, then you don't fuck with us. But kind of sad. A lot of people, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe as you get older and just a lot of the celebrities that you grew up and knew pass away, you just maybe it hits a little harder. But I feel like a lot of people have died. Like a lot of celebrities have died
Was there
recently.
a celebrity that you guys recall dying that you
Into the mic, friend.
They hit you hard? Like hit you like?
Not really.
Jimmy Buffett kind of surprised me. I didn't know he was sick.
But I mean,
Not that, like,
is
I'm a
there
huge
anybody
fan.
that you really liked that's passed away that you like has an effect on you? I would say.
Danny Tanner, Bob Saget. That one was that because I'd seen him. I'm not kidding you. He was on a bunch of podcasts recently, and he's such an uplifting guy. Like he's like with Artie Lang. With he was on Joe. I just listened to the one he did with Joe Rogan, and then he passed away.
Yeah, everybody seemed to have good things to say about him when he.
Oh, he was a super sweetheart. Like very encouraging, just a great guy. That one kind of surprised me, and that was kind of sad. Because then you heard like all the how great of a guy he was, and that's like, man, that kind of sucks. How about yourself? Anyone that's like stuck out, and you're like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, Pat Lynch was the Queen of England.
Chris, you've been on lately.
96 years young, man. It was tough.
That's a tough one. Yeah, I mean, Bob Barker was 98. Yeah, what are we complaining about?
99 actually.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my bad.
I did see a meme that was a little. It was.
Price is wrong. Oh, we got that 99 on the dot.
You got to the one under on the dot.
That's pretty good.
That's
Pretty all right.
pretty good. Pretty good, but all right. No, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head right now, but I'm sure there are some.
I'll be honest, Rafi May, because I would have loved to seen him again.
But you kind of saw that coming a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, but then John Panette. I know me and Chris. This is when we started. Like we were out of college, we're making a little bit of money, and we wanted to see John Panette. And then before,
heard that
actually,
one.
you know what?
That was on Passing on the radio.
Tom Petty would be one because I saw him perform like 4 months before he died.
That's pretty crazy.
And he looked. I mean, obviously, you could tell he had a little limp, but like he was moving around fine. And, he seemed like a normal guy. And then he had that OD later on.
I had just watched. What's the stupid or The Wire, and the African American like guy in there that was really good. I forget his name, but he and he was also in Oz.
Oh, the guy that had
Louis
the guy that
Ridder.
OD'd right recently.
Yes, and when he died, that was kind of
That
surprising.
was one of the fentanyl ones. Where
Yep,
they laced
yeah,
with
another
fentanyl.
one. He got a little bit of cocaine, and it was all fun. And then you feel bad. You also don't feel bad. But the guy who sold him the drugs, he's going to jail for a long time.
No,
And it's not like I'm sure he didn't want his client to die.
shouldn't sell drugs.
That's true. Yeah, it's tough.
I remember Philip Seymour Hoffman when he passed away. That was kind of a surprising one.
Heath Ledger was another one that was kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Greg Giraldo, that's another one. He's a great comedian.
Yeah. You ever watch the Dark Side? It's the Dark Side of the Ring, Dark Side of Comedy. They did one of him.
I
It's
saw
kinda
that.
interesting.
Yeah, I've never.
Oh,
I know
is
what
that going
you're
there?
talking about.
It's
I've never seen
interesting. Like you sort of
He
see,
was a
like,
lawyer. He was insane.
Yeah,
he went to
he
Harvard.
was an insanely smart guy.
Yeah.
And like he just couldn't get, like, intellectually, he couldn't get why he wasn't more popular. Like there was one point where he roasted like Larry the Cable Guy. He's like, I'm roasting a fucking character. Like,
Yeah.
like this character is 80 more times popular than anybody around here.
Yeah.
Like a character, not even a real guy.
Carrot Top did Andrew Santino's podcast this week, and he talked about Larry the Cable Guy and himself. They came up together, kind of, and how much shit they both have gotten because they came up. They both have great characters and made a ton of money off it.
It's funny to hear Larry the Cable Guy when he's not Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's done some interviews without, like, where he's just straight, like, shooting it straight.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So I'm going to do one more from our list. This COVID stuff is, so one of Lauren's friends, Nicole, and she listened to the podcast last week, which was very nice of her. She's in she last round of chemo, so they were talking, and her so last round of chemo, and her parents could not make it up because they had gotten COVID.
Well, congrats
Oh,
to her
wow.
for that. For
Yes,
the
hell yeah, that's awesome, and hopefully everything goes well.
Indeed.
Who else?
Gracie had it a few weeks ago.
Yeah, Gracia. There's a girl I'm on Snapchat friends with. Her boyfriend has had COVID and like bad COVID for like 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
I just feel like I'm hearing a lot more about the COVID.
It's definitely spiking. You can hear the news is spiking.
Yeah, that too. Like and like they're thinking about like maybe mask again and stuff, and it's just like where did this kind of come from? Is it? But then again, I'm like it's kind of flu. It's getting closer to flu season, so it's like COVID just a little ahead of flu season.
Could be.
Could be.
Chris, you want to hit that? Do you want to see if you can get that Uber while I find us some feel good stories?
Don't forget, we're also gonna have to pack all the stuff away.
Yep. So we probably just make it quick here. Nice, Chris. Couple who won 100,000 in the lottery plans to spend money on fostering children.
Oh,
that's
nice.
Like they're gonna donate to a foster, or they're gonna build their own foster shelter.
No, they're gonna
donate.
probably get a foster child, probably, right? Or gonna foster children, I
Okay.
bet.
Cool.
China's war on pollution improved air quality 42%, reduced global pollution average, and returned 2 years of life to citizens. Good for you, China. And we had one about China and Japan having some real issues. Japan's releasing some of the nuclear plant that they had that had some issues when the typhoon came in or the tsunami.
Yeah.
And they're releasing some of that water, and it's they like what's his face? Emmanuel is like the Japanese ambassador. And he's eating Japanese like sushi, showing China like, hey, it's a whole thing. We should probably get into that next week. Ultrasound scanners inside a bra could detect breast cancer earlier in between screenings.
Could
Nice.
also give you
Good for the
cancer
ladies.
from the ultrasounds.
Yep.
I was thinking the same thing. New blood test could diagnose Parkinson's before it begins damaging the nervous system.
This sounds like the lady that went to jail. With her blood test will detect everything.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that really screwed me. Walmart or Walgreens was on
I was really into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were
and it really tanked that stock for me.
All right. You got one more there, dog, because
Yep. We got this.
You didn't hit it yet, did you?
I have not hit it. No, because it's 6 minutes away, and if he keeps talking and I hit it, we're
Ooh, okay. Let's end this one. Digging a wastewater pipe reveals fossil treasure trove of unknown species 3 million years old.
unknown. Wow.
Yeah, these are pretty crazy. There's been a lot of that stuff recently. Like there was like a drought in Texas. There's a drought in Texas in one of the lakes, and so it's receding the water, and they've found the biggest actual dinosaur print that they've ever seen before.
Oh, wow.
And they like a pic, and it's like huge.
Oh, they're also finding bodies like mead.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here on one of the best pre-games you're ever going to hear. Do us a favor. Hit that like, subscribe, shoot us a comment.
Yeah. Ring the bell.
Joe, please come back. We miss you.
Yeah.
Next time I'll do the 9 p.m.
Joey, come
reservation,
back.
so we have a little longer.
That's all right. We got, 45 minutes, Chris? We're good.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah,
43
sometimes you
and
got to do a little. You got to do a little. You
a half.
got to
Quick hitter, quick hitter.
You got to do a shorter
a quick
pregame.
hitter.
Yeah, all pre-games are not going to be the same size and ferocity. Maybe we'll
Same
do a little
length,
later.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Next week, we don't got really much anything going on as usual.
Yeah, of course. We'll just be working.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great week. Be careful with your pregame.
Bye.